She woke up before the city lights faded, while the sky was still dark and quiet. The alien child picked up her broken cleaning tool and stepped into the street. The ground was cold. Trash covered the road. No one waited for her. No one ever did. She was small, thin, and tired. Her clothes were old and patched many times. They were never clean for long. The city was huge, loud, and full of tall aliens who never looked down. To them, she was part of the street. Like dust, like shadow, every morning she cleaned. She picked up metal scraps, burned wires, and sharp glass. Some aliens walked past her like she was air. Others pushed trash toward her with their feet. A few laughed. No one spoke kindly. She did not complain. She never begged. She only worked. The child had learned long ago that noise brought pain. Silence kept her safe. Her hands were rough, cut in many places. When they bled, she wrapped them with cloth she found in the trash. Hunger stayed with her all the time. It was like another shadow inside her chest. Still, she worked. If she cleaned enough streets, she could earn a small food chip by night. Above her, flying vehicles crossed the sky. Guards in armor passed her without slowing down. This city belonged to powerful species. She did not belong here. Sometimes she stopped for a second and looked at her reflection in broken metal. Her face was pale, her skin a soft gray blue. Her eyes were different. Very different. They were deep and bright. Not glowing like lights, but shining like something alive. Something old. She quickly looked away. Looking too long made others notice. And being noticed was dangerous. The market street was busy now. Voices, engines, heavy steps. The child moved. Faster, sweeping dirt into piles. Someone dropped a cup near her head. It spilled and burned her shoulder. She did not scream. She did not even look up. Useless child. Someone said. She kept cleaning. At the end of the street, a group of armored figures appeared. They walked in a straight line, calm and alert. Their armor was different, smooth, strong. Not alien design. Humans. The child had seen them before, from far away. Humans did not walk like others. They watched everything. Their eyes moved fast. Their hands stayed ready. Her heart beat faster. She lowered her head and worked harder. Humans followed rules. Humans asked questions. Questions led to trouble. The group passed by her. One human slowed down for half a second, then kept walking. The child relaxed a little. Then it happened. She slipped. Her foot caught on a loose wire. She fell forward. Trash spilled everywhere. Her cleaning tool rolled away. For a moment, the noise stopped. The child froze. Falling meant attention. Attention meant pain. She waited for a shout. A kick. A weapon. Nothing came. She slowly lifted her head. One human had stopped. He stood a few steps away. Tall. Quiet. His helmet was off. His face was calm, but his eyes were sharp. Different from the others, he was looking at her. The child's breath caught in her chest. She tried to move, but her body felt heavy. Her hands shook as she reached for her tool. The human did not speak. He did not shout. He only looked. And then his eyes narrowed. Not in anger. In focus. He had seen something. The child realized too late. When she looked up, her eyes met his. Just for 1 second. That was all it took. The human's breath slowed. His body became still. The noise of the city faded for him. In those eyes, he saw depth, pain, intelligence, and something else. Something that should not exist in a street cleaner. The child dropped her gaze at once. Her heart raced. She waited for guards, for alarms, for shouting. But none came. The human knelt and picked up her fallen tool. He placed it gently beside her. "Careful," he said softly. His voice was calm, human, warm. The child did not answer. She stood up, grabbed her tool, and stepped back. Her hands trembled. She expected him to stop her. He didn't. The human stood there, watching her walk away. The street noise returned. His team called his name, but he did not answer right away, because he knew one thing: that child was not invisible, and the galaxy had made a terrible mistake by looking away. The human did not move for a long time after the child walked away. His team called him again, louder this time. He finally turned and followed them, but his mind stayed behind on that dirty street. Those eyes were wrong, not sick, not afraid. Wrong in a way that did not fit any record he knew. That night, the human sat alone in the patrol station. The city outside glowed with cold lights. He replayed the moment again and again in his head. The way the child froze, the way she avoided his gaze. And when their eyes met, the feeling he could not explain. He had served on many worlds. He had seen dangerous creatures, powerful leaders, and broken refugees. But he had never seen eyes like hers. He opened the central data console. Street cleaners, he searched. Hundreds of names appeared. Most were adults, criminal records, debt workers. Near the bottom, one entry stood out. No name, no species listed. Just a mark: unregistered minor. Assigned labor, waste cleaning, status, low priority. That made his jaw tighten. Every species registered. They're young, even the cruel ones. Especially the cruel ones. He searched deeper. Cross-checked genetic markers from street cameras. The system hesitated, then returned a warning: data restricted. That never happened with low workers. Why hide a child? He whispered. The next day, he returned to the same street. Not in armor this time, just a plain jacket, no weapon showing. He stood near the market and watched. She came late that morning. The child moved the same way as before. Quiet, careful, invisible. She cleaned without looking up. When others came close, she stepped away. When someone shouted, she lowered her head. The human noticed details he missed before. She cleaned symbols off walls, but left others untouched. Old ones, faded ones. Marks that matched nothing in the city language. She paused at broken machines and touched them like she understood them. She counted steps, always counting. When a hovercart almost hit her, she moved before it even turned. Too fast. The human felt a chill. At noon, city guards arrived. Tall aliens with sharp armor and cold voices. They stopped near the child. "You are late," one guard said. She bowed her head. "Food chip reduced," the guard added. The child nodded. No protest. No tears. One guard leaned closer, studying her face. The human tensed, ready to step in. Then the guard looked away, suddenly uncomfortable. "Finish and leave," he said quickly. The child walked off. The human followed at a distance. She crossed into a lower district. Darker, quieter, broken lights, no patrols. She stopped near an abandoned service tunnel and sat down. Only then did her shoulders shake. She did not cry loudly. She pressed her face into her knees and stayed silent. The human felt something twist inside his chest. He stepped forward slowly. "I won't hurt you," he said. The child stiffened. Her head snapped up. Her eyes met his again. This time, he was ready. The world felt heavy. Her eyes were not just deep. They were layered, like looking into many moments at once: fear, memory, knowledge far beyond a child. She stood up quickly and backed away. "Please," she said. Her voice was small but clear. "Please don't report me." The human raised his hands. "I'm not here for that." She did not believe him. Her eyes flicked to exits, corners, shadows. Always planning. "What is your name?" he asked gently. She hesitated. "I don't have one," she said. That answer hit him harder than any weapon. Everyone had a name, unless someone erased it. "Why do you clean the streets?" he asked. Her lips pressed together. "So they let me stay," she replied. "Stay alive," she did not say. The human nodded slowly. "I saw your eyes," he said. "They're special. Fear flashed across her face. Pure and sharp. They're nothing, she said quickly. I don't use them. I promise. Use them? The human's heart began to race. What can you do? He asked. She shook her head hard. I can't, she whispered. If they know, they will take me. Or worse. The tunnel lights flickered. In that moment, the human understood something important. This child was not just ignored. She was hiding. And whatever she was hiding had once scared the entire galaxy. He straightened and made a choice. Then I won't. Tell them, he said. Her eyes widened. Why? She asked. He answered without thinking. Because humans protect children, he said. Even when the galaxy doesn't. For the first time, the child did not look away, and deep in her eyes, something ancient shifted and watched him back. The child did not trust him. Not yet. She stood near the tunnel entrance, ready to run. Her feet were turned slightly to the side. Her hands were open, but tense. Every part of her body showed practice. Survival practice. The human noticed. He stepped back to give her space. I will leave if you want, he said. I just wanted to talk. She watched his face closely, searching for lies. She had learned faces better than streets. Faces hurt you first. You came back, she said quietly. Yes. Humans don't come back, she replied. That sentence carried more weight than it should have. The human sat down on a broken crate, far from her. He moved slowly so she could see every motion. My name is Elias, he said. I patrol this city. She did not answer. I won't ask your name again, he added. You said you don't have one. Her fingers tightened for a moment, then relaxed. The tunnel was silent except for distant machines. Why do you really clean the streets? Elias asked. She hesitated. Then she spoke, slowly. Because it keeps them busy, she said. If they watch the ground, they don't watch me. That made him look up. Watch you for what? She shook her head. You ask too much, she said. That gets people hurt. Elias nodded. You're right. Then let me ask something small. She waited. Are you hungry? Her eyes moved away. Just a little. That was answer enough. Elias reached into his jacket and pulled out a ration bar. He placed it on the ground between them and pushed it gently toward her. She did not move. It's sealed, he said. Human food. Safe. She stared at it like it might explode. Take it. Or don't, he added. Your choice. Choice was a strange word to her. After a long moment, she stepped forward, grabbed the bar, and jumped back. She did not eat it right away. She scanned the tunnel, the street, the sky. Then she took a small bite. Her body reacted before her mind. Her shoulders dropped. Her breathing slowed. She swallowed hard. Thank you, she said, barely louder than air. That was the first time she had said those words to anyone. From above, voices echoed. Alien voices. Guards. The child froze. They are coming, she whispered. You must go. They won't see me. They will, she said. Humans stand out. He smiled faintly. That's true. 2 guards entered the lower district. Their boots hit metal loudly. One of them stopped when he saw Elias. A human? The guard said. You are not assigned here. I'm observing, Elias replied calmly. The guard looked past him and noticed the child. His eyes hardened. You, the guard snapped. Why are you not working? The child lowered her head. I was fixing my tool, she said. The guard stepped closer. Too close. Elias moved without thinking. She's on break, he said. Both guards turned to him. This is not your concern. One said, It is now, Elias replied. The air grew tense. Passersby slowed down. No one wanted trouble, but everyone wanted to watch. The child's heart raced. This was her fault. Humans got punished too. She knew that. Please, she whispered. To Elias, don't. But he did not step away. She has permission, he said firmly. The guard laughed. From who? Elias looked straight at him. From me. That silence felt heavy. You will regret this, the guard said. Maybe, Elias answered. But not today. The guards stared at him for a long moment, then turned away. Not in fear, not in confusion. They left. The street noise returned slowly. The child looked at Elias with wide eyes. You shouldn't have done that, she said. They will remember. I know, he replied. Why did you protect me? She asked Elias. Thought for a second. Because no child should have to beg just to exist. He said. She swallowed. They erased my world. She said suddenly. Elias went still. They erased my name, she continued. They said my kind should never grow again. He did not interrupt. They said our eyes were dangerous. Her hands shook. I learned to hide, she whispered. I learned to clean, to stay small. Elias felt a cold understanding settle in his chest. What happens if they find out? He asked. She looked at him. They won't kill me, she said. They will use me. That was worse. Elias clenched his fists. In that moment, the story changed. This was no longer about one child. This was about a truth the galaxy buried, and a human who had just stepped into its shadow. The next few days were dangerous. Not loud danger. Not fast danger. The quiet kind. Elias noticed it first. The city cameras shifted angles when the child passed. Patrol routes changed by small amounts. Guards paused longer near the streets she cleaned. No one touched her, but eyes followed her. Now someone was watching. Elias did not wear his uniform when he met her again. He stayed in shadows, never close for long. He learned her pattern. Morning streets, midday markets, evening lower districts. Always moving. Always cleaning. Always counting. You should leave this area, he told her one night, when the city lights dimmed. I can't, she replied. If I change routine, they notice. They already are noticing. She looked at him calmly. Too calmly, they always do, she said. That scared him more than panic would have. Elias began searching old records in secret. Not public data, buried data, the kind no one wanted found. He used human encryption, bounced signals through forgotten satellites, and broke rules he once believed in. The name appeared in fragments. Not her name. Her people's name. Had been erased from most systems. Listed only as a warning in sealed files. Extinct. Level Omega. Risk. Elias felt his mouth go dry. The file described a species that could perceive probability. Not see the future clearly, but feel it. Sense paths before they formed. As children, the ability was weak. As adults, it was dangerous. They could change outcomes by choosing the right moment. Wars had been lost because of them. Empires collapsed. So the galaxy did what it always did with fear. It burned their world. Except one signal. Showed something strange. A transport log. One pod escaped. Small. Damage. Carrying one life sign. Elias leaned back, his hands shaking. She was never supposed to survive, he whispered. That night, he found her sitting alone, cleaning a street that did not need cleaning anymore. You're tired, he said. She shrugged. I don't sleep much. Why? When I sleep, she said softly, I see roads, too many roads. Elias sat beside her, not too close. I know what you are, he said. Her body stiffened. You promised, she said. No anger. Only fear. I promised not to tell them, he replied. And I won't. She studied his face. You looked, she said. Yes. She was quiet for a long time. They taught us not to choose, she finally said. Choosing makes paths real. That sounds heavy for a child, Elias said. I'm older than I look, she replied. I stopped growing when the sky burned. Elias swallowed. They are searching for you, he said. Not to kill you, she nodded. I know. They want your mind, he continued. I know. They will break you, he said. I know, she whispered. Silence stretched between them. Why don't you run? Elias asked. I can help you leave. She shook her head. If I run, she said, they will hunt harder. More people will get hurt. You think staying protects others? She looked at him, really looked. I see the road where I stay, she said. Fewer deaths. Elias felt something crack inside him. The galaxy had forced a child to choose between evils. That's not fair, he said. No, she agreed, but it's real. The next morning, everything changed. An official notice spread across the district. Special Asset Recovery. Operation. Non-lethal. High priority. Elias read it twice. Asset. Not child. Guards. Moved openly now. Drones hovered low. The streets grew tense. The child kept cleaning, her head low, her movements faster. You must stop, Elias told her. They're close. I know, she said. Then come with me, now. She hesitated. I saw a road, she said. Where you get hurt. I accept that. She stared at him. No one ever chose pain from me before, she said. Footsteps echoed nearby. She made a decision. Not for the galaxy. Not for herself. For him. Tonight, she said, at the old transit gate. Elias nodded. As she walked away. Her eyes flickered with something new. Hope. And somewhere deep in the city's systems, alarms quietly armed themselves. The galaxy was about to learn something it had forgotten. Humans, do not abandon children, not even dangerous ones. The city did not sleep that night. Lights stayed on longer. Patrol drones floated lower. Streets felt tight, like they were holding their breath. Elias moved through alleys and service paths, his hood up, his heart steady but heavy. The old transit gate stood at the edge of the lower district. It had been closed for years. Broken rails. Rusted doors. No cameras, at least not official ones. She was already there. The child stood near the gate, her cleaning tool beside her for the first time, unused. She looked smaller without it, younger. You came, Elias said softly. I said I would. She replied. Her eyes were different tonight, focused, sharp, afraid. I saw many roads today, she said. Most of them are bad. Is there a good one? Elias asked. She hesitated. There is one, she said, but it costs a lot. I'm still here, he replied. She nodded once. Elias activated a small beacon. A human signal. Quiet. Hidden. It would open a narrow window for extraction. Not a fleet. Not backup. Just a chance. The air hummed. Then the alarms began, not loud. Not yet, but the child felt it before Elias did. Her body tensed. Her eyes widened. They found us, she whispered. Searchlights snapped on around the district. Drones shifted direction. Heavy boots echoed from the streets. Elias cursed under his breath. How much time? He asked. Very little, she said. A drone appeared at the end of the alley, red light scanning. Go, Elias said. Through the gate. She didn't move. They won't stop, she said. They will follow you. They will follow humans. Elias grabbed her hand. That's my problem, he said. The drone's light swept closer. The child closed her eyes. For the first time. She did not hide. The air around them felt strange. Thick, like the world paused for half a second. Then the drone turned. It drifted away. Confused. Scan looping back on itself. Elias stared. You did that, he said. She opened her eyes slowly. I nudged the path, she said weakly. It hurts. Footsteps grew louder. Guards filled the street. Weapons ready, orders shouted. There, someone yelled. The child. Elias pulled her behind a broken wall. Don't, she said suddenly. If you fight, more will come. I won't let them take you, he said. She looked at him, fear mixing with something else. They will, she said. But not the way they planned. She stepped out into the open. Stop. Elias hissed. She turned back for a moment. This is the least painful road, she said. For the most people. Guards surrounded her instantly. Weapons raised. Drones locked on. Elias stepped forward, hands up. She's under human protection. He shouted. Laughter answered him. You are outnumbered, a commander said. Stand down. Elias did not move. The child looked small in the middle of them, alone, but her eyes were calm. I will go, she said clearly. No resistance. The guards relaxed slightly. Elias felt sick. A collar was placed around her neck. Suppression tech. Old. Cruel. She flinched, but did not cry God as they led her away. She turned her head just enough to look at Elias. Her lips moved. I'm sorry. The guards pushed her forward. Elias tried to follow. 2 weapons blocked his path. Operation complete, the commander said. The asset is secured. Asset. That word burned. Elias stood there as they took her into an armored transport. The doors sealed. Engines roared. The vehicle lifted and disappeared into the city lights. The street went quiet again. Elias did not move for a long time. Then his communicator buzzed. A human channel. Priority red, he answered. She's been taken, he said. We know. A voice replied. Calm. Human command. Good, Elias said bitterly. No, the voice said. Necessary. Elias frowned. What do you mean? You did your job, the voice continued. Now we do ours. Elias looked up at the sky, somewhere above the city, far beyond alien sensors. Human ships adjusted their course. The child sat alone in darkness, restrained, tired, but breathing. She closed her eyes. The roads were shifting. And for the first time, since her world burned, the future did not feel empty. It felt ready. The transport moved through the sky like a silent cage. The child sat alone inside, her hands resting on her knees. The suppression collar hummed softly against her neck. It dulled her senses, but it could not erase them. The roads were still there, faint, blurred, but alive. She breathed slowly, the way she was taught long ago, before the fire, before the screaming sky. Do not fight the paths, her teacher had said. Listen to them. Outside, the city grew. Smaller. Towers turned into lights. Lights turned into lines. Inside the control room, alien officers spoke in low voices. She is stable, one said. Good, another replied. Prepare the facility. Facility, not a home. Not a school. The child closed her eyes. Elsewhere, Elias stood in a dark operations room beneath the city. Human command surrounded him on holoscreens, calm faces, focused eyes. You disobeyed direct protocol, one officer said. Yes, Elias replied. And you would do it again? Yes. There was no anger in the room. Only understanding. Did exactly what we expected, the commander said. You gained her trust. Elias clenched his jaw. They took her, he said. Oh, the commander replied. You started something. A new display appeared. The transport's path. Red lines branching into many possible outcomes. Elias froze. You can see them, he said. We can't, the commander answered. But she can, and she shared them. Elias's breath caught. She let herself be taken, he whispered. Yes, the commander said. She chose the road that wakes the galaxy. Back in the transport, the child felt a shift. Not inside her. Outside. A pressure. Like the sky changing its mind. She opened her eyes. Through a small window, she saw stars stretch and bend. The transport shuddered. Alarms began to chirp. What's happening? An officer demanded. No system failure, another replied. We are being slowed. The child smiled faintly. Human ships dropped out of nothing. Not warships in attack formation. Not guns blazing. They arrived calmly, silently, surrounding the transport without touching it. Alien systems panicked. Orders overlapped. Weapons powered. Up, then froze. Human signals flooded every channel. "This is a protective interception," a human voice said. "Stand down." "You have no authority here," the alien commander replied. "We have responsibility," the human answered. "There is a difference." The transport was locked in place. Inside, the child felt the collar weaken, not break, just loosen. Enough. She reached out, not with her hands, but with her mind. She touched the roads. Hundreds of outcomes collapsed into one, a soft one. On the human flagship, Elias watched the feeds. His heart pounded. A shuttle detached and moved toward the transport. "Permission to board," the human pilot said. "Granted," came the reply. The alien officers shouted, threatened, warned. No. One listened. The shuttle. The doors opened. Elias stepped inside. The corridor smelled cold and sharp. He moved fast, past guards who were frozen by human override codes. He reached the holding chamber. The child sat exactly where he last saw her. Alive. When she looked up and saw him, something broke in her calm. "You came," she said. "Of course," Elias replied. "Humans keep promises." The collar clicked and fell open. She exhaled, long and shaky. "I didn't know if the road would hold," she admitted. Elias knelt in front of her. "You held it," he said. Alarms shifted tone. Alien command voices cut off one by one. Human command filled the space. "Asset recovery terminated," the commander announced. "Child under human protection." The word asset vanished from every system, replaced with a new classification, protected minor. The child stood slowly. Her legs trembled. "What happens now?" she asked. Elias thought for a moment. "Now," he said, "you stop cleaning streets." She tilted her head. "And then?" "And then," he said gently, "you get a name." Outside the window, alien fleets watched in silence. They had erased her once. They would never make that mistake again. Because humanity had chosen its road, and it did not lead away. The galaxy did not react right away. That was the strange part. No war alarms. No sudden attacks, no loud threats. Just silence, stretching across systems like a held breath. Alien councils met behind sealed doors. Messages were sent, rewritten, then deleted. A single question echoed everywhere. Why would humans risk so much for one child? On the human flagship, the child stood near a wide window, staring at the stars. She had never seen space from this angle before. Not as a prisoner, not as cargo. As a guest. A soft blanket rested on her shoulders. Clean clothes, warm food. She was still learning to trust. Every kindness felt unreal, like it might vanish if she touched it too fast. Elias stood a few steps away, giving her space. "You can sit anywhere you like," he said. "I know," she replied. "I just like this place." She watched the stars move. "They're quieter from here," she added. Human doctors checked her carefully. No restraints, no sharp tools. They spoke to her, not about her. They asked before touching. They waited for answers. She did not understand at first. No one had ever waited for her. "She's stable," a doctor said later. "Exhausted but strong." "She always was," Elias replied. Human command requested a broadcast, not a threat. A message. Every major system received it. Clear, simple. "The child under our protection committed no crime. She will not be studied. She will not be used. She will not be returned." Alien leaders protested. Some threatened sanctions. Others warned of balance shifts. Humanity listened. Then replied with silence. The child felt the roads changing again. Not twisting this time, opening. "They're scared," she said quietly. Elias nodded. "They should be." She looked at him. "Because of me?" "No," he answered. "Because of what we're willing to do." Days passed. The ship moved slowly. Openly, no hiding, no running. Human ships escorted it, not information, but in presence. A statement without words, on one distant world, An alien child looked up at the sky and felt something new. Hope on another. An old leader remembered the fire and felt shame. The council finally spoke. They demanded negotiation. Humanity agreed. Neutral station was chosen. Observers from every major species arrived. The child walked in beside Elias, not behind him. No chains, no collar. Just small steps. The room was huge. Voices hushed when she entered. Many eyes watched her. Some with fear, some with curiosity, some with regret. She is dangerous. One voice said. The child lifted her head. I am tired, she said simply, of being afraid. Silence followed. I saw many roads, she continued. In most of them I disappear. In some I am used, in a few I fight back. She looked around. In only one, she said, you let me live. No one spoke. You destroyed my world because you were scared, she said. You erased my name. You erased my people. Her voice did not shake. But I am still here. She turned to the human representatives. They did not ask what I could do, she said. They asked if I was hungry. That broke something in the room. Human command spoke then. This child will grow, the commander said, with guidance, with limits, with care. If she becomes a threat, an alien asked, then we will face that future, the commander replied, together, not by burning children. The council argued, delayed, calculated. The child felt the road settle. At last, the decision came. She would be recognized not as a weapon, not as a risk. As a person. When the meeting ended, Galaxy felt different. Not safer. Not kinder. Just awake. Later, back on the ship, Elias stood beside her again. They want to know your name, he said. She thought for a long time. My mother called me Airy, she said softly, before the sky burned. Elias smiled. Airy. He repeated, it suits you. She looked at the stars once more. I don't see all the roads anymore, she said. That's good, Elias replied. What do I see now? She asked. He considered. Possibilities, he said. Ari closed her eyes for the first time. The future did not feel like a burden. It felt like a choice. And across the galaxy, a lesson spread quietly, carried not by fear or fire, but by memory. Humanity was not dangerous because it was strong. Humanity was dangerous because it cared. And once it chose to protect you, it never looked away again.